So, Otyugh. Hi, I'm Dave, aka ttrpg. This is Monster Talk. This is Dawson, aka
Delta39X.
Delta39X. And on Monster Talk, we take a monster. Today it's Otyugh. And take him through the different editions and see how it evolves and things like that. And it actually works best if, when people interact, but we know we're in a weird time slot with different things, so some days we get people to interact with, sometimes you don't, but the show goes on, and we appreciate you looking in VOD. If we mention something in the VOD and you want to interact with it, we do have Discord, where there's a Monster Talk segment in Discord that you can, in our Discord, that you can address such things. So, there's the Otyugh. We need to paint him. Wonder what color we paint him. I'd imagine first edition says nothing about his color, because they were black and white. They're black and white.
Okay.
This is my first edition. This isn't the first edition copy or the first printing. I just realized that people look at that and stuff. This is because I found out I did just make sure Otyugh was in it.
Yeah. And
I did that by checking online. I didn't look at my book, but it said that the first editions, which has the old cover, the other cover, they didn't have pictures of the Otyugh in it. So I will look in here and see if they have a picture of it.
All right.
There he is. Oh, that picture's in the slideshow. So there he is. Otyugh. I'm pronouncing it Otyugh. I have no idea if that's really how you pronounce it. It's spelled like you pronounce it, like Otyugh. Well, let's see. That's just the funkiest music in the world.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of cute.
Okay.
It's kind of anime-ish.
Yeah, that is like anime background noise.
It's like some video game background.
Have you ever had like a show or whatever? Then you looked up the for Breaking Bad or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get like the look for the songs. So you type in the soundtrack, then it's just a list of all these background songs that you don't ever hear because you're listening to the voices.
Oh yeah. No, there's whole things. There's jobs in that. I knew a guy. Actually, it's funny because you live in California. You can end up rubbing elbows with people that do that. There's a guy that worked for Paramount when I lived in Ventura. That's one of the things that he did was like pick what's on the radio in the background of the thing, and of course, so there's a meaning between all of it tries to tell the story, and that actually works for D&D. When you make a theme playlist or something, that's actually one of the problems role-playing on like Roll20 or electronically is everybody will be listening to their own thing. Like the other day we were playing Rollmaster and I was listening to, I don't know, I had some AC/DC or something going on, and then I realized I was like probably nodding to it or whatever, and I was like, oh, that's, it might be different than what the DM wants or whatever.
Right. Which
sometimes, if the DM, that might be a thing to do. If you don't want to control their music, right? You could say, put something dramatic on. I want you all to make different lists. Make your own playlist, or to put on your combat playlist or put on your whatever. That might be fun.
Okay.
That way you don't dictate their stuff. Otyugh, frequency, uncommon. Number appearing 1, parentheses, 2.
Ooh.
Was it 1 or is it 2? Is it 1 or 2? Not some of them. Usually it says 1 or 2 or so. This one says 1, parentheses, 2,
which means 2.
So 1 apparently means 2. Let's see. There we go. Apparently there's a big tongue on it. Armor class 3, which is armor class 16 in the 5th edition. Move 6, hit dice 6 to 8. Treasure see below. 3 attacks. 1d8, 1d8, 2 to 5, which is a d4 plus 1. Special attacks, disease. Special defense, never surprised. Magic resistance is standard. I don't remember that. I guess that probably means basically none. Okay. Well, I don't remember. First edition might have had. We should maybe look that up sometime.
Well, you can fool me with whatever you say.
I know. But that's why I said I don't know, because if somebody's watching VOD or whatever and they want to know, then and they act like I know. I might know. I mean, everybody got a magic resistance roll at the start, and some things that could just mean that some spells you normally can resist a little bit, like a charmed person you got to save, that type of thing.
Yeah. So
they get nothing different than that.
Okay.
I think that's what that is. These weird monsters are omnivorous scavengers. Not at all hesitant about adding a bit of fresh meat to their diet of dung, offal, and carrion. So we got another set of things that just eat crap.
Yes.
Eyes are worth... I lowered the brightness of that, trying to get rid of glares, and it really didn't get rid of glares. It just made it harder for me to see.
Huh.
They have direct sunlight or bright... No, they hate direct sunlight or bright light, so it sounds like carrion crawlers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they are found underground in most cases. Usually 90%, only a single individual is encountered. For Otyugh, typically live in partnership with other subterranean monsters. The Otyugh will dwell in a truce state with other powerful monsters in order to scavenge droppings and other leavings. In most cases, Otyugh live in piles of dung and rubbish and thrive there. So their size is medium to large, so that's got to be a really big pile of shit to live in.
And one...
It's probably like living without internet. A big pile of shit.
Okay. No, I don't know. I was wondering if the editor comes up about carrion crawlers, so that'd probably be in second edition though. Because if they're both, they're basically both eating the same food.
Yeah. So that. Well, here's something. If carrion crawlers and stuff eat, crap. Well, this guy actually eats dung. Eats shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then can he live perpetually on his own crap?
No, because each time they would have less and less nutrients.
So they should tell us what nutrients he needs. Maybe that's how the gibbering mouthers, remember they should have lived forever? Apparently, maybe eventually they couldn't digest enough or didn't have a wide enough diet. Still think we need to make a bard that goes through the world and studies monsters. The Otyugh has a sensory organ stalk and 2 tentacle arms which protrude from its hideous body. It's not very nice to describe its body as hideous. It's just a body. The eyes are always thrust above the offal that the creature layers under. Oh my god. So they have a huge pile of shit.
Yes.
With eyeballs sticking out of it.
Yes.
It must look like brown pudding or something. I don't know.
That they eat.
Yeah, so why would they live underneath it? They didn't eat
know.
it. You don't know these things. Why don't you know?
Because this is where it's supposed to figure out.
Okay. And this prevents surprise. This prevents surprise because its eyes are always sticking out. Its tentacles have sharp ridges and are used to deliver smashing blows to prey. The creature's mouth is sucker-like and filled with many teeth. If it bites any victim, it is 90% likely to be infected by disease. Typhus. Apparently it gives... So, disease from the shit it lives in, apparently, right? That would make sense. We need Crom in here to boost your spirits. If you like.
No, that music's making me tired.
Okay, let's put something else on.
It's fine.
It is hard to stay up when you don't have an interaction with someone. So
What?
it's hard to stay up. It's a positive thing. It's a known thing.
No, I set an alarm this morning, so I woke up earlier than I normally do. That's all.
Yep. It wasn't criticizing. Relax, dude. These monsters have no interest. I'm just saying as a boost, like in a conversation, right? They talk about like if you're selling things on the phone, you should smile, even though they can't see you smile, but they can hear you smile. Okay. I'm just saying that's the same thing as like Crom used to, when I was singing on Twitch Sings, he said he could see when I'd be singing, and then he'd say something for like hello, and I went, and it boosted everything up. It's just how it is. Right. It's just how it works. It's no big deal. These monsters have no interest whatsoever in treasure, as humans know it. But their partners may, occasionally, making the guardian... What? Oh, the partners from the denizens of the deep, right? Uh-huh. The partners may, occasionally making the guardian of treasure they value a condition of allowing Otyugh to dwell in semi-symbiotic and semi-symbious with them. Otyughs speak their own language and are semi-telepathic, thus often able to communicate with other life forms when the Otyugh so desire. See also Neo-Otyugh. Should we look up Neo-Otyugh?
I suppose.
Just to see what it is. I've heard of them, but let's see. There's like 6 pages of man here. Man is a monster. Okay, here's the Neo-Otyugh. He looks similar, but he looks more like a fuzzy 70s creature. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A joke creature. But let's see here. Here's the other side of the Otyugh. Here you go. The Neo-Otyugh are larger and more intelligent of species of Otyugh. They conform to general characteristics and are even more aggressive in their hunting of prey. Slightly better telepathic. Some specimens reach 8 feet in diameter and a height of 3 feet or more. The hide of the Neo-Otyugh is even tougher than that of an Otyugh, although its appearance is similar. So that's the only difference. So it's basically the same thing but bigger.
Yes. Or stronger enough to fight higher level players.
Where the Otyughs are uncommon, these are rare. Their armor class would be 0 or 19. More hit dice. They use D12s to attack, but their bite's not as good.
Okay. That it?
No, yeah, that's all. That's it for the Otyugh there on that. That seems a bit. Why have a Neo-Otyugh? I guess you just need a filler. But yeah.
Well, I don't know. There's gonna be like 12 different ones in second.
When we get the second edition.
Well, aren't we at second edition?
We are at second edition. Hey, Els, how you doing?
Hey, Els. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. It is on here in the West Coast, right? Second edition. How you been, Els? I think I talked to you a couple days ago, right? 2 days ago? Or was it yesterday? It was 2 days ago. I was doing Castle Ravenloft.
The one I poked my head in?
Yeah, you might have got to see him there. This Otyugh... is that one right there? Did I just get to him? Otyughs. You ever heard of Otyughs, Els? Let's see. Ooze. Orc. Owl. There he is. Although...
only one page?
He's looking different now. Now... and this looks more like a Neo-Otyugh almost, but now he's looking like this.
See, Els is doing good, trying to spool up more Whisper Stone stuff after a little break.
You've been taking time off for the Whisper Stone? Had you passed along something to? You're on another step. I haven't been able to swing by. It's been crazy with the girls softball, which is now done. But we're doing a quick thing this weekend, which will make me not be able to do my D&D thing then. But they gave me I'm not scared, or was it like, you don't scare me. I'm a girls softball coach. There you go. There you go. It's also, I hadn't known this, but the Otyugh is, it's one of the, it's a classic monster.
And second edition only has one page.
Oh, well, let's look up Neo Otyugh.
Oh.
Because we just found out that the Neo Otyugh is around too, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. M-N comes after M, right? If it's because of that song. You heard of? That's one you haven't heard of. What's his name? Stephen Wright, the comedian. He goes, Why do you think the alphabet's in that order? You think it's because of that song?
Oh.
Nope. Neogi. There is no Neo Otyugh, so maybe they just mentioned him in here. You want to go to start with the?
If you want. And
oh, look, there's a pronunciation.
Okay.
That's a wall of text and a half, though.
All right. And
you haven't been streaming lately?
What is this picture? That's not an Otyugh.
It's Otyugh. You say Otyugh, I say Otyugh. But it has a pronunciation, right? That's why I just said it, because it's the very first word.
Oh,
but wait, there's a couple of them. There is the Neo one.
Yes.
What's it say about the Neo one?
Let's see. They are rare, where the normal one is uncommon.
Okay, that's the same then.
Intelligence is 8 to 12 instead of 5 to 10. You'll never find the parentheses 2 of them.
Oh.
They have a better armor class, right? Because yours better than 3 in this one.
Does it have anything?
They have 9 to 12 hit dice instead of 6 to 8.
Well, so far they live in shit, is what they do. Actually, they're just like carrion crawlers, except they live. They can't be surprised because their eyes poke out of the pile of dung that they live in. Let's hear what.
Eat, and then they also eat just anything.
They eat dung as well.
Yes.
But then occasionally look for rare meat. But let's see what the second edition usually gives us a lot more what weird cool stuff they have.
Otyugh's also known as the Golthra.
What? Why?
I don't know. Comma. Also known as Golthra, comma, are terrifying creatures that lurk in heaps of dung and decay, waiting for something to disturb it. There are 2 varieties. The regular Otyugh. It sounds like...
It doesn't get any better, does it?
And it's larger, more intelligent offshoot than Neo Otyugh.
I'm turning this music down. Keep going. I guess the music sounds fun. There you go. That's tuned down. It's what? What's its offshoot up? The Neo?
The Neo is the offshoot of the Otyugh.
Yeah, but what is it? How does it say it differs? It just said... There
are 2 varieties. The regular Otyugh, and its larger, more intelligent offshoot, the Neo Otyugh.
Ah, this says it's an Otyugh, but I have a feeling this is more intelligent. I bet you they get rid of the next one in the next. We'll find out.
They feed on dung and wastes from other dungeon creatures. Golthra means dung eaters, it says.
Dung eaters.
Another in parentheses.
So that's something that I could have at school called somebody and not gotten in trouble?
But also enjoy an occasional snack of fresh meat.
Alrighty then.
As most things do.
There's a whole Golgari tribe and magic cards. Oh, really? Okay. Well, there you go. Well, here it is in second edition. So second edition is in the 80s, which is pre-magic.
Otyughs have huge bloated bodies covered with a rock-like skin that's brownish gray in color.
Ah, I told you we'd get color. So now we can paint it. Brownish gray.
Which is
Just
in
doing a
turn
wash.
covered with dung.
Then covered with dung. So these little bumps on its skin, does it say its skin was smooth? And then the other bumps are the
So
dung?
it hasn't said yet.
Okay.
They stand on 3 thick legs that give them slow ground movement but enable them to pivot quickly.
It can pivot. Nice. He's got 3 legs. It looks like they just made a 4-legged creature and took a leg off. But it should be... No, look. His leg centered in the back. It's supposed to be. I think it's... I bet you they drew it a little... They sculpted it a little funky.
They have 3 eyes on a leaf-like stalk that moves quickly from side to side, enabling them to see a large area. The eye stalk is also a receiver/transmitter for their telepathic abilities.
Wait. These 3 things aren't... Are they all eye stalks?
No, just the middle one.
The middle one's an eye stalk. Okay, so that one's an eye stalk. It looks the same.
Not according to the second edition.
Let's see. I guess it's got different hand things on it. Okay, so it has... So that's the antenna?
The middle one.
I bet you... Man, I can imagine the guy who originally thought of this. It's just like a golf ball with something sticking on it. And they
With
stuck
3
some...
things sticking each way.
Exactly. I bet you it pivots. Alright. This thing's the... Yeah! The thing in the trash compactor in Star Wars. Because it sticks up the... Boop!
Otyughs have a huge mouth with very sharp teeth in the center of their mass.
And so, Dawson, this is what I meant. It's a much better show when someone else is interacting. Thank you, Wells.
They also have 2 tentacles with leaf-like ridges that they use to smash and grapple their opponents. That's
Alright.
the other 2.
See, here's the problem as a DM. If there's a creature and they mention grapple, it's like, oh no. I'm going to have to go through all the grapple rules. And until the 5th edition, grapple's almost okay in 5th edition. But grappling was just always this thing of like, oh God. It just never worked right. You wouldn't understand. You come from a refined set of rules that has a grappling with conditions.
Okay. The tentacles are covered with rough, thorn-like projections. Neo-Otyughs have smaller mouths than Otyughs. Okay.
Yeah, that's why they have less hit.
They have more hit points.
Yeah, but the damage, if you look at the damage of the original Otyugh, it does 1d8, 1d8, and 2 to 5. Whereas the next one does 1d12, 1d12, and 1 to 3.
No. This one does 2d6, 2d6, and then 1 to 3.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. That's a change, because in the first edition, there were 1d12s. I can't get this thing to focus
Well,
right here.
unless you can get a d12 to do 2 to 12. I think it's 2d6.
It's 2d6. It is 2d6. There you go.
Otyughs and Neo-Otyughs speak their own language, much of which is non-verbal. Movements of eye stalk and tentacles, or emissions of certain smells. They also
Should paint it with some chunky dried paint.
They also have limited telepathy that enable them to communicate with other creatures.
Yeah, with its antenna.
Otyughs reek of dung and decay.
I'd imagine they reek of... And this isn't a mature channel, so you can say that they actually smell like shit, but... Where was that? Did you get through? That was just their basic description?
Yeah.
And when you get up at like 5?
6:30.
And you just stayed in your room? Or?
Yes.
Was the internet working?
It was.
There you go.
Until like 11.
Awesome. Maybe something to do with sunspots. Okay, combat. Otyughs lurk under... Here we go again. Otyughs lurk under piles of offal. Is it pronounced offal? Read it for me.
Neo means new, but it doesn't seem like the right word for whatever this upgraded one is.
I know. Well, and it's not... Actually, you know why it's probably called the Neo Otyugh? Otyugh?
What?
Because the DMs of the time just went, okay, we need to make a bigger one. It looks like an Otyugh, but it's bigger. Well, what should we call it? It's a Neo Otyugh. Otyughs look under piles of offal. Is it pronounced offal or awful? I guess it's awful. But it's not spelled like awful, like aw. It's like off. Awful. With only their eyes exposed. Oh, God. Why did we take this one?
You're the one.
Why did we pick this pile of shit for the
you had a miniature.
Because I had a miniature. They usually attack if they feel threatened. Okay.
Are you threatening me?
Are you threatening me? Oh, we should go watch that. Are you threatening me?
Which one was that again?
Beavis and Butthead.
That's right. We have to pay for that one.
No, we don't. Not anymore. It's back on Prime or whatever. They usually attack if they feel threatened, or if they're hungry, and there's fresh meat nearby.
So, if they want to.
So I guess, but then why do they eat shit?
I don't know.
They attack with their 2 ridged tentacles, which either smash an opponent or grapple it. Grappled opponents suffer 2 to 4 damage. Sorry, 2 to 4. This is my... I've read that so much that I skip
2d2?
all the... No, it's just 2 to 4 points of damage per round. I just read that as 2 to 4 damage, and I skip all that. My brain erases those other words.
Yep, and Els said Dire Otyugh would have been better.
Oh my God. Dire Otyugh. Except they didn't... I guess they did increase some of the stuff.
Yeah.
And they do give you disease when they bite you.
Which, don't all of them do that, though?
And the thing is, it's not them. It's not like they give poison or anything. It's just they got shit on their teeth. So when they bite you...
Right.
Let's see. They attack... Or smash. Grappled opponents, I did that. Otyugh's bite attacks gain a +2 bonus to the attack roll when biting grappled opponents. Otyughs smash grappled opponents to the ground, while the more intelligent Neo-Otyughs use their victims as shields, bettering their armor class by 1. Neo-Otyughs... So a normal person is the same shield rating. You put them in their shield... So for Whisper, you'd have to have a little connection so you could put the person on the creature as a shield.
And Els said,
shield point.
So they normally eat poop, but we'll eat mignon.
Filet mignon.
Oh, filet mignon. Okay, I didn't read
Fillet mignon, you bet. That's... Well,
they have 2.
What my question was, and they haven't addressed it yet, is do they eat you twice? And actually, because if you recover, having played a first edition character that was pooped out by the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and at that point you can still be
revived.
Not revived, but reincarnated or something. Something. But then, when the guys were trying to carry me as shit, as trying to somewhere to be resurrected,
right?
The pile got disintegrated, which means then, I guess the DM really didn't want me coming back, did he?
Why? What character were you?
I don't remember. I think that was Ringle. He might have been the one that stole all the money from the players.
Did the DM know he did that?
Yeah, it was his work between. He's involved in everything. Let's see. Smash them, use them as shield. Neo-Otyughs may also force attackers to hit the grappled character with a successful attack roll of its own versus grappled character's AC. Okay, we're getting into 2nd edition calculus again. Let me read that again. Neo-Otyughs, just so you can understand this. Neo-Otyughs may also force attackers, okay, say you as your Mr. Knight, to hit the grappled character with a successful attack roll of its own. Does that mean I as an Otyugh have to roll an attack roll for you to hit. Oh, I guess that would be if you're trying to hit me and I'm using you as a shield. I'm using your friend as a shield.
Uh-huh.
So I have a better armor class. You strike at me. If I make a roll, a to-hit roll, versus the grappled character's armor class, then you hit him instead?
I thought they were doing it with their psychic ability.
To do this... To do this, the Neo Otyugh forgoes its squeeze attack. Oh, it doesn't say it, does it? Does it still have... Well, characters with a strength of at least 18 can struggle for 1 round and automatically break free. Others must make a successful open doors roll to escape. There's your open doors roll.
Which one?
Remember I told you...
What's open doors?
You got baffled by that before. That is the strength... It's like a strength save.
Okay.
But it's just... There's a Ben Bar's open doors percentage.
Okay, see, else says some stuff. I could see using this in an encounter.
It should have a breath attack. It totally should have a breath attack. It's shit breath.
Toxic waste.
Mm-hmm. Hey, shit breath.
I could see using this in an encounter before a visit to town just to mess with their charisma.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yes.
Well, I'll read one more sentence. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, except then one more sentence didn't answer it.
Read another sentence then.
Okay. Both types of Golgothra. That's the first time I've had to read it. What? Golgothra?
I think so.
Golgothra.
Something like that.
Both types of Golgothra are disease-ridden. Their bite is 90% likely to infect the character with a debilitating 80% or fatal 20% disease. Otyughs are immune to these diseases. Do you remember those magic cards that was it slime? No, that'd be those that multiply.
I don't remember.
Excuse me. What edition did they have those in?
Is that it?
No, we got Habitat. You want to do a Habitat in Society, or do you want to wait and do the ecology?
I'll do ecology.
You gonna be able to be awake for it?
Yeah, I will just smash one in my face.
All Golgothra have limited telepathic ability. An Otyugh can communicate with creatures up to 40 feet away, while a Neo Otyugh can communicate with creatures as distant as 60 feet. An extra 20 feet. Come on!
Those totally need to be 2 separate creatures.
Well, at least they didn't make them 2 separate creatures in this book. Because first edition, they had them as 2 separate creatures, or 2 separate entries. That is at least good that they did that for this. Somebody in the office is going, hell, let's just throw it in together.
See, Ravnica stuff has Golgari.
Mm-hmm.
Funny, because Golgari Queen is
hot, sexy Medusa.
So it implies she's a
deal breaker odor. That's funny. Maybe with their telepathy, they make it so you don't think the smell's bad or something. No, that'd be projection of some sort. Communication is usually limited to simple feelings and emotions such as hunger, temperature conditions, and associated discomforts. Its dislike of bright lights and imminent death for its prey. Oh, those are the thoughts it has. Golgothra also have infravision with a 90-foot range, so they can see you before they can communicate with you.
Okay.
Otyughs and Neo-Otyughs live in ruins and dungeons. They make deals with other dungeon denizens, agreeing not to attack them in exchange for their dung. And body washes. What?
And what?
Oh, body wastes. That's the word. Which they then devour.
I thought they lived in it.
Hey. What? You hear this voice, right? It's telepathic. What are you gonna do with your shit? I mean, you gonna keep that shit? I mean, well, how creepy and weird is
Just gonna
that?
throw it out.
You're not just gonna throw that shit out, are you? Exactly. Who wrote this shit? The jokes just make
Put it
themselves.
on the pile. I won't kill you.
But they're supposed to be seeking out fresh meat.
No, they're not supposed to seek it out unless it wanders into them.
No, that's what the first edition. This one says they.
Then why would they eat it?
Well, maybe they're just smart enough to know that this guy's going to keep producing shit. Whereas if you eat him, that's it. So you know where you put him. The bottom of the shit chute in the castle. That's probably where he comes from. You wondered who wrote this? So I'm playing. No, I think it's in 5th edition. So I'm playing the keep on the Borderlands, right? And I told you this the other night. I'm going through this and I'm sorting it out and building it, and it's like cool and all this, and then I realized the tavern. It's got one tavern, which is like small as this little space, right? It's like 15 feet wide by 20 feet long or something. So it's a little bigger than this. But it has the bar and tables all in, so it's like no movement. That's the only place to eat in that whole town. There's no mess galley or anything anywhere for over 250 soldiers. There's no thing to feed them. So you go, oh, it must be, it's magic. Well, the same thing goes, there's nowhere for them to shit, right? Yeah. So obviously you go, well, have them all go over here. Well, what do they do with it all? It all build up. It's like, there's an Otyugh. So he's like, Waterdeep probably has these living underneath. It's their sewer system. Right?
It don't fall in.
Well, do you want to fall in anyway?
No.
That's probably exactly where he comes from. You don't give him the milk. Or is it? No, there's the one about the spin-off. I can't remember what you're supposed to tell your daughter. Anyway. So yeah, it's
what?
Never let it go. This monster's almost as fun as when I took you to Home Depot because we had to buy a cheap hoe. Hey, you chose to be my kid. Oh. Oh, you didn't, huh? You kind of got stuck with it. Perfect sewer boss monster. And if you hadn't read through this, you'd be like, you'd design your sewer and you'd have no idea what to do with the shit. And now there's an easy solution for it. That's what I should just make the highlight, a TikTok. What do you do with shit in your dungeon? Wake up.
What?
Wake up.
Am I falling asleep?
Yeah, you're falling asleep.
How long was that?
Not very long. He's tired. But it makes you look like you're stoned or something.
I'm not.
I know you're not. You're just sleeping. I can appreciate that. Here, you want me to... That's right. Giveaway. That's the one I was looking for.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's one of those.
Why buy the cow? Question mark?
The Otyugh. Why kill the soldiers?
The cow asks you when you're gonna buy it.
So. God, a great scene.
And you
right?
have to...
Wait. Yeah, because sitting on you have the guy, he's sitting on the toilet for too long. This is a movie scene, right? He's just in the castle, and so you hear this voice that echoes in his head. So you gonna shit or get off the pot?
Because
Sorry,
was
buddy.
remembering
You're not going to get a job anywhere because guess what? This is the type of thing that'll go viral for you. But anyway.
I was remembering the rest of that quote, and you're...
I'm talking about shitting on the toilet. Get shit or get off the pot. Hey, it's got an 18. Some days you earn the mature rating. Some days you don't. I'm not sure which this is because this is 12-year-old humor. We should really put a little improv tag on there. It does say hilarity ensues. Wait a minute.
Wait, there's a new D&D movie?
I did hear about that. Let's see. Anyway, it gets worse because I just decided to read ahead, or looked at, my brain looked ahead. Otyughs and neo-Otyughs live in ruins and dungeons.
Right.
They make deals with the dungeon denizens, agreeing not to attack them.
To eat their shit.
In exchange for their dung and body waste, which they devour. To keep the supply of waste coming, and to get fresh meat, they will agree to help defend their home against intruders, which includes many adventurers. Otyughs may be persuaded not to attack creatures in exchange for promises of friendship and food. I don't know what they mean by food. It's like, you gotta give me your shit, man. I mean, usually that means like share stuff, right? It's like, spread the wealth, dude. But they literally mean shit.
So basically, when they talk to you, say,
"What you gonna do with that?"
That means you. I don't think you'd ever have to fight one. You just stay 60 feet away and say, "Sure, I'll give you my shit."
Yeah, dude, I got tasty shit.
Just you wait there, I'll go get it.
And you have him as a pet. So so then as a player, you run around the dungeons, and you've got food. You have him around with the dungeon, and he's your pet. It's like, hey, fetch, go first, and you just keep him fed. I don't want to be with the party when it's like he comes back waiting for his treat. It's like, yeah, you gotta poop on command.
That's why you just massacre all the badgers beforehand.
Neo-Otyughs are less trusting and more vicious, and usually attack intruders on sight. In Otyugh's dungeon, allies will sometimes ask it. This is hard for.
Hang on. In a Whisperson, you get pets by feeding them their favorite food. Lol, this would be horrible.
I know, exactly.
A huge chunk on the miniatures D&D's toilet paper, apparently.
Oh, Lord. This is... You never know where you're gonna go with Monster Talk. Around the bowl and down the hole. That's where we're going in Monster Talk. Oh, Lord. More vicious... Okay. An Otyugh's dungeon allies will sometimes ask it to guard treasure for them.
Right. We got that. They've told us that already.
Most Gulthra live alone. I wonder why. 10% of the time during mating season, two Gulthra can be found in its lair. I didn't think.
What creatures would be fine with that guarding their stuff?
Well, what kind of creature's gonna? It's like, look, the treasure room, and it's like, I'm not going. You go. Here you go. Here's an old joke. Your guys sitting in they're both pissing in the urinals, right?
Okay.
Great joke starts that way, right? And the guy, he sees that there's a quarter in the urinal. I'm screwing this up, right? He's like,
okay.
You see, the guy sees him. He throws a $20 bill in there. The guy's like, "What the hell are you doing?" He goes, "Well, I wasn't gonna reach in there for a quarter."
Okay.
Give me the ecology. Stop it. Mating season.
Remember, their lair's just a pile of shit that they burrow into.
Well, it'd be somebody else's lair that they protected, though, too. But their eyes sticking up.
I'm a pile of shit inside a room of treasure. I wonder what it is.
That'd be great. What a great way to hide your treasure.
Huh.
You're gonna come in there, a bunch of adventurers come in there, and they see just a pile of shit with in
front of a bunch of treasure.
No, it's the treasure's in it. You just cover it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's true. Then they weren't hoses. You'd have to have a mage that had a.
Just create water.
Yeah, it has a hose thing.
And then create at the top of the room.
No, there's the what's that? The water holder barrel thing I had.
It's
some magic thing that would have a stream of water come out of it, so you could hose it off.
Yeah, that was the pot. That was your alchemy pot.
Alchemy pot that had like full of something.
Otyughs and neo-Otyughs live underground in heaps of
Awful.
awful and refuse.
Yep.
They hate bright sunlight, preferring the comfortable darkness of dungeons.
Ah, the dungeon full of shit.
They mate each year for 1 month, with 1 offspring produced.
1 month. They don't have noses. Have you noticed that? They just have eyes and a mouth.
Takes the newborn.
So they probably have no taste. It's like COVID. They can't
It
taste.
takes the newborn 4 months to mature. Immediately, immature Golgotha have a 3 to 5 hit die. HD hit dice.
Yeah.
Damage 1 to 6, 1 to 6, 1 to 2. And a strength of 16 is required to break free their grasp.
So it's easier to break free from them.
Yes. Otyughs are so disgusting that no alchemist or wizard would want to touch their components. So the corpses of the Golgotha have no known use or value.
Oh, so you make it to have actually one. It's like, ooh, there's this.
No, like there's some really rare thing, or take one of this.
Yeah. Take one. Great riddle for D&D. What is 4 eyes? Looks like shit. Otyugh in mating season. Not 4, it's 6 eyes. Right? Aren't there 3 on this stalk?
Yeah.
So see, there's 3 on the stalk there. I like that. That would be the hint at the bar, at the tavern.
3 a stock.
Alright, no worries.
Get out your clock.
Yeah, it's time to give
3
us
on the
both
stock,
haircuts
get out
too,
your
but we're not.
Glock. There you go.
What?
3 on the stock,
get out your Glock. Yeah, when your kid's been playing too much GTA.
It's a funny joke.
It is a funny joke. Alright, thanks for coming by, Els. Appreciate it. It made this shit a lot more bearable. That's funny. Who made it funnier? This is some funny shit.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab my.
You gonna splash some water on your face?
Either that or grab some of my mom's iced tea.
What is that? Is that
It's caffeinated.
because it's like forbidden?
No, it's caffeinated.
Oh, it's caffeinated. All right. Yeah, I cut my kids here. My daughter, he doesn't let me anymore. It's because he just doesn't cut it anymore. So this is 3rd edition, and I guess I have 3.5 somewhere. This is 3. I can't imagine it being that much different. Actually, I can't imagine it being different, but excuse me. Let's see. El Lama M Medusa. What are we right by? Pseudo dragon, spider. What the hell? Oh, owl bear. Phantoms. So that should be before the owl bear. There he is. Here's 3rd edition Otyugh. Right there. It's just gross looking at him now, knowing what he is. With the things flying off him there. That's just got to be crap flying off him. And the piles underneath him. I wish I'd known that. If I'd have known what this was, I probably would never have done it.
I have caffeine now.
Oh, that'll instantly do it.
No, but just drinking something will help. Will last me until
Okay,
then.
here you go. Here you go. And this book's actually taken some. This one, I wonder if the 3 edition 3 is worth more than 3.5, but I don't know. Look at this. Oh, look, it's right. Oh, no, that's not it. This picture here. Is that the same picture? No.
No.
But look. What do you think that stuff is?
Those are the eyes.
No, but not the stalk. The stuff in the middle. The little.
I don't know.
And look,
Speed?
Look at the bottom.
Oh, shit.
It's just like, oh, that's gross. That's gross.
Why do you have to chew this?
I don't know why. Because people should know what their monsters
Should you
are.
have at least chosen a gargantuan dung beetle? Because at least that would be somewhat elegant.
Well, the good news is... Oh, no. I was going to say it's just a small little paragraph, but it goes on to the owlbear. Oh my god. It has a lot more. Oh, it goes down to there. Okay. Otyugh is now a large aberration. Initiative +0. Speed 20 feet. AC 17. Yes, we've gone to positive AC in 3rd edition.
Okay.
-1 size +8 natural. Oh, so they tell you how it's worked. Because basics, non-armor is 10, right?
Uh-huh.
Don't ask why.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're supposed to ask why. I don't know. So it's a -1 because it's size. Well, its size is big. It should be a plus. Oh, which means it's easier to hit, right?
Uh-huh.
But then it's a +8 for its natural hard skin, which makes it a 17.
So it's got a -1 from the dexterity and a plus.
No, the minus is a plus. Oh, you mean the lack of dexterity?
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's it's purely size. There's a world's falling. There's a pure rule somewhere in there that says, M's are zeros, which are men-sized or medium. Smalls get pluses and tinies get more pluses. Okay. Larges get minuses because it's easier to hit a big side of a barn. Proverbial brick shithouse.
Okay.
He's a brick shithouse. That's an old term that's like built like a brick shithouse, right? An outhouse, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, they're wooden or whatever, right? But if you built it brick, it's overbuilt, right? It's a brick shithouse. It's tough.
Okay.
Well, that's what this is.
Okay.
To attacks. Special rules for that. Improved grab. Constricts and disease. Special qualities. Scent. It stinks. All right.
Yes.
Otyugh. Okay, remember, is this the edition that really gives us a good description?
No, number 2 is.
No, not the overall. The like one paragraph with it all fit into one thing as a great.
Maybe.
Let's see. That's not bad. Otyughs are grotesque subterranean monsters that lurk within heaps of refuse. Although primarily scavengers, they never object to a meal of fresh meat when the opportunity presents itself. An Otyugh is a bloated ovoid covered with tough rock-like skin, as well as dung, trash, and scraps of decaying organic matter from its lair. A vine-like stalk about 2 feet long rises up from the top of the disgusting body and bears the creature's 2 eyes, an olfactory organ. It's gained a nose.
Already.
That's not good for it. Its mouth, little more than a wide gash, filled with razor-sharp teeth, is the center of the mass. The creature shuffles about on... Why is this in a game? The Wrath of Shardalon. It's in the game.
I don't...
So that means there's an adventure that they put together where you have to kill the shit monster. In the chamber. It's just the bathroom.
Probably lives in the horrid chamber.
It probably does.
In that
That's right. We'll have to... Well, here's the... I think it's based on 4th edition. This is what we're talking about.
I know there's a tile set in here. It's called
the horrid chamber. Maybe we'll get to that. A little more gash filled with razor-sharp teeth in the center of the mass. The creature shuffles about on 3 thick, sturdy legs and grasps objects with 2 long tentacles covered in rough, thorny protrusions. The tentacles end in leaf-like appendages covered in more thorny growths. A typical Otyugh's body is 6 feet in diameter and weighs 500 pounds. He's bigger now, isn't he? Maybe not. Otyughs spend most of their time within their lairs. It's like Jabba the Hutt now. With legs.
And a desire to live in trash. And shit.
Otyughs spend most of their time within their lairs, with only their sensory stalks exposed, shoveling food into their mouths. Quote unquote food. So they live in trash heaps.
And they constantly eat.
So I bet you that's a Gygaxian thing in some module at some point. They're probably like Greyhawk or something. Probably had a dungeon, and they needed a way to some player like me went, well, how do you feed them all? Where do they all go to the bathroom? One of these stupid things. Which, if you're doing like a story, in the book, it makes if you want everything to be logical, and they went, oh, I don't have space for that. There's a thing that does it, right? And they made a deal with it. Shoveling food in their mouth. Intelligent subterranean beings sometimes coexist with Otyughs, which they regard as convenient garbage disposals. They dump their refuse in the lair of the Otyugh, which generally refrains from attacking them. Otyughs speak common.
Oh, they changed it.
So they no longer are telepathic, apparently.
They can just speak fluent English.
Fluent common with their huge, because they're always listening through the toilet hole.
They speak fluent whichever language the group is playing with.
That's why, what's your voice sound like? Right? If you're an Otyugh, hello!
Well, who knows? It could sound like anything.
You'd have to survive. That's why the bard has to survive, so he can tell us what it sounds like.
Bard's the only important party member. Changed my mind.
I'm not gonna. You want to do the combat or want me to read combat?
You read combat. I do ecology stuff.
There's no ecology on this
What?
one. I just did it.
There's a whole nother page, didn't you say?
No, I did that. It went on to here.
Fine, I'll read combat.
Because then it goes to Owlbear.
We already did Owlbear.
I know, we did Owlbear years ago. Months ago. Here's the Owlbear. Look, talk about scale creep, right?
Why did they organize
those are supposed
this
to be
page like this?
But aren't these, because, I don't know, the layout is nuts on that 3rd edition. Aren't they supposed to be about the same size monsters? This is a miniature from the late 70s, and this is a modern day miniature from...
We'll get out the modern owlbear. It's like as big as the...
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where that is.
It's a 4...
let's do a thing on scale
2
creep.
2 by 2 inch base.
Let's do a thing on scale creep someday.
Alright. It's
in Dungeon Command?
It's in the work.
We'll do that later, another time. Because this is about Otyugh.
Otyugh attacks living creatures if it feels threatened or if it's hungry. It just attacks them because it's always hungry.
Maybe not if it's had a big meal of shit.
Yeah. Otherwise, it is content to remain hidden.
You write a note. I don't have anywhere to take notes.
Otyughs
scale creep.
Rake and squeeze opponents with their tentacles, which they also use to drag prey into their mouths.
So why is only their mouth the thing that gives disease? Their tentacles are covered in shit too, and they're scratching you. Oh, don't! This is one of these things of which you don't speak. Oh. Which is the whole way this monster got created is probably of speaking of things of which we're not supposed to speak of. Where do the monsters go to the bathroom? They go here.
To use this ability, the Otyugh must hit an opponent.
That's what it is. The Caves of Chaos, right? You have all these orcs that haven't pooped anywhere. It's like somebody probably goes, well, where do they go to the bathroom? It's like, we all just throw it down here to the Otyugh. All right, keep going. Sorry.
It has improved grab, which must hit a medium or smaller opponent with a tentacle attack. If it gets a hold, it can constrict, which deals automatic tentacle damage to a medium-sized or smaller opponent with a successful grapple check. Disease, filth, fever, bite.
Is great.
Huh? Oh. With a fortitude save DC 12 incubation period 1d3 days. You don't even have to tell them that that's a thing. You can just
No,
say,
of course not.
You're ill.
Oh, I've done that all the time.
I
Remember I
wonder
got
why.
you guys sick that one game when you guys, before you got into the, before I TPK'd you in the temple?
Yes.
You guys were sick from something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what. Probably berries or something.
Damage 1d3 temporary dexterity and 1d3 temporary constitution. See disease, page 74 in DMG.
Okay.
Skills. An Otyugh receives a +8 racial bonus to hide checks when in its lair due
When
to
it's
its natural coloration.
Yeah, because it looks... Man, you look like shit. Thank you. That's their mating call, because they speak common.
Yep.
Hey, babe, you look like shit. Oh, thank you. That's what they're saying.
Only in third, they don't speak common in the other editions.
Well, yeah, but now
So
we're up
far.
to third edition.
Yes.
So, changes. They can now smell, too. Oh, but it said scent. Does it say? It says on their stat block, other page. It says special something. See the stat block?
Yeah.
It's hard to find.
No, it's just, it's got half words
I know.
and then
It's weird. See on the stat block it says scent.
Where?
Gotcha. Right. Here's what he's talking about. So there's orc on the page, and right down here is him, but then up here is the thing, and then down here it says special qualities. Scent. It doesn't say anything about the scent anywhere. Except I'm sure we can
To
kind
the
of
cursed
guess.
edition?
Hmm?
To the cursed edition?
The cursed edition.
To the cursed edition.
To the cursed edition. You mean going to
the cursed edition.
fourth edition monster manual. Here we go. I tell you, if people miss out on this monster talk, they missed out on some serious shit.
No?
Are the jokes getting bad?
Oh, no.
No worse than ever. They're always shitty jokes. Seriously, ladies and germs. Orcus? There he is! Oh, God. That's him now.
That's that one.
Oh, yeah. This is our 4th edition one. Here we go. Well, that's because he's from that 4th edition game.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense that they'd have a shitty monster.
Shitty monster, very shitty game.
Yeah. Let's see. But they're what I would call it's your elevator speech, right? You sit up straight there.
I can make people turn their head to look at me.
So, the elevator speech is something you should get. So, like, if you stepped in the elevator and all of a sudden there's, Bill Gates has all the money in the world and says, "Hi, I'm Bill Gates. Who are you?" And you want to give him your pitch on who you are, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to be able to say, who you are and present maybe if an opportunity, a sales pitchy thing of why he should support whatever you have in 30 seconds. This book usually does a pretty good job of the first description being a good, all-in-one quick blurb describing.
Okay, what is it?
Otyugh, 4th edition. This tentacled scavenger feeds on carrion and lurks under mounds of filth and refuse. Careless creatures that blunder within reach of its tentacles are dragged towards its maw and quickly dispatched. The Otyugh then buries the carcasses under heaps of offal and waits for them to rot before devouring them. It used to like fresh meat.
Uh-huh, as a treat.
And now it no longer does it?
No. Damn it, it's not old enough. Damn it.
It's not ripe. It's not ripe yet.
See if you crush them up a little bit.
And then put them under this pile of shit.
It'll sweeten right up.
This pile of refuse. This pile of dung. Okay.
It seems a lot like horse crap to me.
Oh, look though. It's got this whole new thing. Filth Fever.
I don't know, this whole thing sounds an awful lot like horse crap to me.
It's a bunch of crap. It does sound like a load of crap. Otyugh. Oh, would you want... Here, this is the part you would want. Otyugh lore. That's what you should read, and I'll read all
That
of it.
measly little paragraph?
Well, you want to read more than that? That tells us...
That's
That's
not
the
even
ecology.
one paragraph.
That's the ecology.
The character knows the following information with a successful nature check. 15. Some intelligent monsters capture them.
So they've totally... See, fourth changed everything. Okay. So now instead of making deals with a telepathic beast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Semi-intelligent telepathic beast that happens to like to eat shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now they go capture these things that live under piles of
Shit.
of refuse and dung, and then relocate them to their own pile of refuse and dung.
Yes.
Okay. Eat my shit.
Some intelligent monsters capture Otyughs and use them as guardians, but Otyughs are best used as living garbage disposals. Otyughs often infest the sewer systems of large cities, lurking in the darkest and most stagnant portions.
There you go.
Of DC 20, Otyughs usually attack creatures that wander too near their filthy larders.
Okay.
Even if they're not particularly hungry, they will rarely devour the carcass of slain creatures immediately, preferring them to rot first.
So they
changed
it. Maybe they've evolved.
No. I think there's like very little time chronologically supposed to take happen.
All right. Well, let's see. So that's what you get. That's the lore that you get if you've studied them, right?
Yeah.
This is, remember, 4th edition, so it has the tactic things.
Mm-hmm.
It has a diseased bite. Okay. Spying eye. An Otyugh can hide beneath murky water or refuse, leaving only its eye stalk exposed. While doing so, it gains a +10 bonus to stealth checks, but is immobilized. Which means it's got one of these little condition markers. Yep. Otyugh tactics. You ready to hear about how Otyughs do things?
Okay.
An Otyugh hides until prey comes by, and then attacks with its long tentacles. It uses its melee basic attack to snag a potential meal and drag it close. If an Otyugh begins its turn with a foe adjacent to it, it makes a diseased bite attack instead. Hang on. See how they gamed it. If the Otyugh is adjacent to a hero, right? Mm-hmm. It attacks the adjacent hero with the most hit points with a crushing bite. There you go. So they just changed it straight into the game.
Did you change?
Hey, Rock! Yeah, Rock changes his name a lot. Rock Comics Majestic Wrestler. Chomp! How you doing, Rock?
That's a mouthful.
Which? The Otyugh?
Rock's
I know. It's a lot to digest. Otyugh tactics. Okay, where was I? Groups of Otyugh.
Otyugh?
Didn't they used to only come with one unless it's mating season,
Yes.
and then there was 2 at most?
Yes.
Now there's groups. Groups of Otyughs do not cooperate in any way, and an unfortunate adventurer caught between several Otyughs is likely to be dragged from one to the other several times as monsters fight for their prize. Otyugh rarely appear with allied creatures. However, clever monsters might seek to trap adventurers between themselves.
What's all this about?
I know, they've changed it. Or build pits.
Hey, demon.
Or build pits leading to lair. You guys have missed a pretty funny one here with the Otyughs.
Otyughs, not hashtags.
No, Otyughs. Dude, you'll have to go to the VOD. This is... Yeah, to catch up on this, this is funny shit. But hey, Demon, how you doing? What we're discovering is that 4th edition has changed them from, well, they've changed them.
They're not the same. You've changed Oshtek or Otyugh Baggins, and not entirely for the better.
Nice. However, clever monsters might seek to trap him between themselves and Otyughs, or build pits leading to Otyugh lairs.
What is this?
Oh, also, carrion crawlers.
Yay! I wanted to mention that.
Yes, carrion crawlers might naturally be encountered near Otyugh lairs because they feed opportunistically and steal the Otyugh's kills. That's what it says.
Alrighty.
So a typical level 7 encounter would be an Otyugh,
Did
2
fourth do
troglodytes.
something that I liked?
No. But they've added Filth Fever. Ready for Filth Fever? I don't see it anywhere as a thing. But it's like its own
Otyughs versus slimes.
Otyughs versus slimes
now you think
versus...
that's how you'd spell it.
Versus carrion crawlers.
Now you think that's how you...
That'd be a tag team. Rock and get together the tag team. In this corner, cage match.
No.
Who'd win who'd win the cage match? The gelatinous cube just fills the cage. Ball.
Yes. No. That if I had not seen how it would be spelled, they hast. Why is everyone showing up now?
Howdy doody. Yeah. Howdy doody is right. We're doing Otyugh and it's all about duty.
Stop getting to the damn jokes before I do.
They're all crappy jokes anyway.
Yeah, well, at least I want to shit all over the competition.
There you go. If you're just tuning in, we gotta stop giving demon points. We gotta talk like cavemen now.
You do.
No, I think if you look at cavemen,
you do.
I think if you look at cavemen, it says that everybody that's involved.
No, you
has
do.
To talk like a caveman.
You do.
Here you go. Let me get a caveman talk. Ugh. Oh, before I say that, if you just tuned in, okay, then you'll have to check out the VOD because we're up to 4th edition, and this is not a monster to be missed in the first 3 editions. And now, because it's indescribable. And now I must talk like a caveman demon. It says, yes, look, it says, I and whoever I'm playing with.
Me no talk 'em cavemen real good.
You talk 'em cavemen fine. We talk cavemen for a couple minutes. It have filth fever. Target is curd. Oh, initial effect, the target loses 1 healing surge. Target take 2 penalty.
What? Why, Rock? Why you do that too, Rock?
Cave monk. Cave monk. Ha! That'd be funny. He didn't really do that one, did he? He did! Oh my goodness! We got chipmunk as well.
Activate the voice changer.
So, this is Otyugh. This is... Yeah, maybe... Dawson, you're allowed to change voice so you can actually every now and then explain to what we're doing.
Otyaghs are they're shit eaters.
They're basically garbage disposals or sewer folks.
Yeah.
And your voice is about to get changed. Here you go.
Oh.
What are you doing? Why no question? Right. Why no question? Right, live in sewer. Yeah, we only got cave till here, then we're chipmunk. Why not is question. Why not what? Why not live in sewer is question. I think what it is, Gygax and big castle, not soldiers, nowhere poop. Player ask, why you do this? Where they poop? Where it go? Gygax says, Otyugh, where they go? do live in sewers. Now, perhaps we'll do a recap in this voice. In first edition, they were just shit eaters. Big monster, eat shit. Ah! Okay, we don't speak cavemen anymore. Now we're just chipmunks. First edition, they ate crap. That's basically what they are. Three-legged crap eaters. Say this again as soon as we get chipmunk off. Because no one can understand it. That's a good point. I'll talk lower so people can understand me. That doesn't work. In the first edition. It doesn't work the way you think it does. That's cheap. So, yeah, so first edition, the Otyugh. Oh wait, we didn't finish with fourth. The Otyugh here is a, what's it say? Can you read that, Dawson? If you put the card in front of my face, I could. This tentacle horror feeds on the refuse of those that dwell below Firestorm Peak. So that's why we've never faced it. I never Googled that. So first edition, the second edition they built on him and he became the sewer. Or like Il said, right? In Star Wars, he's the compactor. The trash compactor. That's what he is. Because his thing comes up and has an eyeball. Looks around. Then in the third edition, he's now, and he was telepathic. In the first two editions, he was telepathic. First two editions, he was telepathic. In the third edition, he lost his telepathy. Is that correct? Sure. But he's still making deals with dungeon dwellers to rid them of their refuse. And then in the fourth edition, he lost his intelligence, and then they just started to capture them, right? And put them in pits. Oh, we should have put them in a pit in the Caves of Chaos. Maybe they'll find one. But if you are just tuning in, we don't always speak in chipmunk voice. That is one of our viewer awards that has been cashed in by Rock Comics Majestic Wrestler, who is a awesome guitarist and a record collector, which I can give him. Look at this. If I do this. Shout out to Rock. Crom be lurking. Hey, Crom. Venus said that. Do this to that. There. Yes. That does a shout out. I worked at it. Must I? So now I can go back to not being a... Yeah, thank you, Rock. That was funny. Caveman. We're now at the point where we're popular cavemen.
What?
I mean, we're funnier as chipmunks. Chipmunk cavemen.
That's just because you can't understand everything, but we're talking with passion.
Okay, so if
Hey, girl.
oh, sweet. Well,
Nice.
Let's get you a shout out. Demon here, who made us talk like cavemen.
Yep.
Streams a variety of games, and is also playing in the Sunday game that we play.
Did we ever comment when we did Owlbear that the 5th edition Owlbear looks a lot like the 1st editions?
We did not. We could
No.
No, not now, but at another time. So now should I recap in a regular voice?
Yes.
First edition, he's just a shit eater, right?
Yes.
Big mouth of teeth. He hides in big piles of crap. But he has intelligence and telepathy, which he'll make deals with people to be there. That's right. Second edition is where he's making the deals where he says, "Hey, I won't kill you if you feed me your crap." Right?
Yes.
Give me your shit.
And other bodily fluids.
Yes. Yeah, and he stinks. Basically a walking shit monster. Then he became more of a garbage disposal.
Basically has nothing
right?
to do with it.
Because 3rd edition, yeah, he is. That's what he is. 3rd edition, he lost his telepathy, but still has his Star Wars-esque, lives in the garbage heap or shit pile.
Or water.
Or water.
In 3rd, they added or water. What was that 4th?
I think 4th added 3rd added the water. 4th added some fever thing it could get.
Yeah, it did its weird thing.
And now we're doing 5th, right? You want me to do 5th? Alright. 5th. 5th describing the Otyugh. Oh, what we forgot in 4th is one more thing is we got this miniature from, this is what they have, the 4th edition's Wrath of Chardalon board game that I did yesterday. It's also on a VOD. But
you just need 3 average viewers and stream on 7 different days?
do you already have the hard part is usually 3 average viewers. That's actually was the hard part for me. I now hover at 3, but once you hit 3, you have to have sustained 3 for I think it's 30 days worth.
So yeah, you just stream
1 month period.
7 days for 1 month if they're all good streams. Just
yeah. Oh, totally.
and then just
Like I say, once your average demon, once your average hits over 3, it'll instantly click as long as you have everything else. So we need to get you your followers. Otyugh. Here's what Otyugh is. Here's what he looks like in 5th edition. I love them. We've got my band in a box playing random music in the background because it's royalty free. An Otyugh is a grotesque, bulbous creature borne along 3 sturdy legs, its eyes and nose set along a vine-like stalk that snakes from the top of its bloated body. 2 rubbery tentacles end in spiky, leaf-like appendages that the Otyugh uses to shovel food into its gaping maw. An Otyugh buries itself under mounds of offal and carrion, leaving only its sensory stalk exposed. When an edible creature happens by, the Otyugh... Well, if it eats rotting stuff, anything's edible, right? Anyway. When an edible creature happens by, the Otyugh's tentacles erupt from the filth and grab hold of it. Otyughs make the most of any opportunity to ambush and devour prey. So they've gotten rid of them just asking others for their crap.
yes.
Because they used to go around and just ask for your poop.
Yes, sir. May I have your fecal extract?
May I have your fecal matter, please? Now they don't do that.
Rock said, the one guy who played Kettle Records songs didn't stick around to make affiliate, which is too bad. I enjoyed hearing those obscure songs.
I remember those K-Tel records.
And they said, I'll have to get some of those records and figure some of the songs out, I guess.
Those are... I remember the ads for K-Tel albums. All right. The Otyugh buries itself... An Otyugh buries itself under mounds of offal and carrion, leaving only its sensory stalk. Okay, I did that, right? Otyughs make the most out of an opportunity to ambush and devour prey. They use a limited form of telepathy. Hey, they're telepathy again. To urge sentient creatures toward their lairs.
That's not...
Sometimes by pretending to be something else. We got some really lovely shit down here. Right?
It's not... It's definitely not smelly. It's,
Ignore that smell.
It's not that weird color. It's totally shiny, 100%. Mm-hmm.
Here, you read Dwellers in the Darkness. That sounds like it's
Alright.
right up your alley. Yeah.
Otyughs tolerate bright light only when considerable stores of carrion or garbage lie within reach. In the wilderness, they dwell in stagnant swamps, scum-filled ponds, and damp forest dells. The scent of graveyard, city sewers, village middens, and manure-filled animal pens attract them to civilized areas. Since Otyughs lack concern for anything but food, their nests sometimes accumulate a variety of treasures shed from their victims and mixed along the junk.
Okay, so it's
It's not along with, just along the junk.
along the junk. So in other words, there's a grammatical error in there.
Either that or it's all on the outside of the garbage pile.
I realize what I need is something for it to fight. Yeah. Right? Let's get... Oh, here you go. I don't know how old this guy is. He's going to throw a rock at it.
Sentient subterranean beings can coexist with Otyughs, employing them as garbage disposals. With such plentiful sustenance, Otyughs grow fat in their wallows. Unmoved by any other drive or desire, the sedentary gluttony makes them reliable guardians. As long as it's fed, an Otyugh refrains from attacking other creatures. However, would-be Otyugh masters can easily underestimate the quantity of waste, carrion, and meat necessary to keep an Otyugh from wandering off in search of food. More than one trained Otyugh has eaten its keeper after devouring all the waste in its wallow.
So you got to keep it supplied and shit.
Yes.
All right. Rock. The game would be it's the Sunday game. So Sunday's when it's happening.
Except not this
But
Sunday.
probably maybe not this Sunday with me, but Gothic Sauce might run Sunday. So I don't know if it'd be in my world or his. We would have to work it out if it's in my world. But so there'd probably still be something. But I'm going to use, I think, the Sunday game, and maybe we'll also add a tavern night. I'm not sure. But we'll be able to drop in and out whenever people can make it and not. And we'll work it out that way, one way or another.
There you go, just stat block now.
Just the stat block? Was there anything different? They've got back their telepathy.
In a different way.
Can they still speak? They don't speak common anymore. They speak Otyugh.
Hey, that's back.
That's new.
No, that's...
We're back, yeah. Armor class 14. That's easier to hit than they used to be.
Yes.
But they got way more hit points. 12 D10s. Plus 48. I don't know why plus 48.
Why not?
Why not 50? I mean, if you're doing 12 D10s, there's going to be a little bit of plus and minus, right? Mm-hmm. So why not make plus 50? Apparently because, well, maybe because 6 times 8. So maybe it's 6 HD plus 12 D. I don't know. When they've changed these things between different editions, it's like there's just a little randomness. So, although that's not random to do plus 48. Someone say, hey, why don't make 50? Anyway. Strength 16,
Hello,
so I got a plus 3. Hey! How you doing? Let's see. Yeah, American, you were, you have, Drist, Legend of Drist, board game. We're doing Monster Manual. I've got a monster that's actually is in the series, Wrath of Shardalon. We're doing Otyugh, which we're at the end of. We're at the 5th edition. We started at 1st edition, rolling through, and we're just now wrapping up who Otyugh is. So definitely check out the VOD for the ride that it's been to get here, because it's been pretty funny.
Yeah, Rock. That's
Yeah. So you can actually roll them in in Roll20. We'll have to get in there with you and go through a little tutorial on how to do that. And it's just
Roll20's
you can do that on
Character
Sunday.
is a little funny because it doesn't have an option to just roll for stats.
Right, but he's already got. I think he's kind of gone through the Character Mancer,
right,
to where he can just edit the sheet.
Right. What I do is I leave it to their default stats,
Mm-hmm.
and then after everything else picked out, I then roll the dice, then manually input.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to end up doing. He's already got the sheet kind of set up, so we'll end up doing that.
Okay.
He just needs to get in there with somebody with DM privileges to show him how that works.
So I mean with you after this.
Maybe. I'm gonna have to eat stuff, but anyway, you're doing the right things. The way to roll the d6 is when you go into roll 20, you look at the upper left, and there's a little tab of different little icons, and you go to the icon that looks like a die, and you hover over the icon, which will then have a pull down menu, which has dice, and you go down to the d6, and you go over to the number 3, and you can click that, and it'll roll 3 dice for you, and that'll total it up. But you should roll 4 and drop 1. And
if you want.
Isn't that how we did it?
I don't know. I think I did mine 3.
So yeah, we'll get to that. And that's what the first part of any of my D&D streams is getting characters, fixing things on the sheets. So don't worry about that. The main thing is to show up. But again, this Sunday's off because I'm out of town, and so things will be different. Limited telepathy on the Otyugh. The Otyugh can magically transmit simple messages and images to any creature within 120 feet. They've doubled it.
Yeah, since the last time. Their powers have doubled since the last time we met.
There you go again with Star Wars reference, right? No, it was.
Yes, it was.
That's okay. 120 feet of it that can understand a language. So it has to understand a language, so it probably can't talk
lure
to
the frogs.
Badgers, apparently.
Could probably lure a bullywug.
This form of telepathy doesn't allow the receiving creature to telepathically respond, so you can't respond to it. Actions, multi-attacks. The Otyugh makes 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its tentacles.
Thanks for the good reference there. American Twirl said good reference. And then Rock just said my friend's going to a 250 table sports card show for a Jose Casino.
Jose Canseco.
I remember it.
Jose Canseco, baseball player, outfield A's. I was in Cleveland the night before the ball hit him in the head and bounced over for a home run. That's obscure. You can Google it, though. There's an image of it.
You were there for that?
I was there the night before in Cleveland where there's hardly any people. And there was a really hot-looking blonde chick that was talking to him during the game, and he was actually not paying attention. And I have no doubt that was happening the next night. And that's when the ball hit him in the head, and it was just great. So anyway, it's a part of baseball history.
The record show will have maybe 35 to 50 dealers.
Oh, cool.
Couldn't hit a curveball as a rookie.
Yeah. But he was fast. He stole bases. And he probably did a lot of steroids. Would be my bet.
He doesn't do steroids.
No, this was back in the steroid era. Let's see. Bites. Melee weapon attack. +6 to hit. Reach 5 feet. 1 target. Hit does 2d8 +3. Giving you an average of 12. If the target is a creature, it must succeed a DC 15 con save against disease or become poisoned until the disease is cured. Every 24 hours that elapse, the target must repeat the saving throw, reducing its hit point maximum by 5, or 1d10, on a failure. The disease is cured on a success. The target dies if the disease reduces its maximum hit point maximum to 0. This reduction of the target's hit points maximum lasts until the disease is cured. I would actually go further in that it would every full rest you'd only get 5 points back till it got back up. Because if you were sick for a month with the measles, then the next day, I'm done. Right? You'd have to earn it back. Tentacle. Melee weapon attack. +6 to hit, reach 10 feet, 1 target, 1d8 +3, bludgeoning damage +4, 1d8, piercing damage.
How audible is the background music to you guys?
If the target is medium or smaller, it is grappled, escape DC 13, and restrained until the grapple ends. The Otyugh has 2 tentacles, each of which can grapple 1 target. Tentacle Slam! Oh, this is a wrestler! I like this guy. He's the shit wrestler. The Otyugh slams creatures grappled by it into each other or a solid surface. He smashes them together. Each creature must succeed on a DC 14 strength save or take 10 2d6 plus 3 bludgeoning damage and be stunned until the end of the Otyugh's next turn. On a successful save, the target takes half the bludgeoning damage and isn't stunned. We really do need to get just a wrestling thing.
Where was this?
Wrestling different up. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't stay up.
Well, then you don't have your background for a bit. We're almost done, so we'll fix it. What? Oh, good. So you don't have to hear the diddly doo.
Turn it up here.
Oh, you want them to hear it?
No, just if you were if that's what you're doing. I don't know if that's what you're doing or not.
No, that's my band in a box doing some jukebox thing. I could probably fast forward it, but I think that would be a little more work. Yeah, it's cool. So we have it coming in two ways. When we don't talk, it should come in a little bit. But it's also royalty free. Because it's just band in a box MIDI music being randomly played and adjusted via the computer to its own its own unique song every time it plays.
So it accidentally stumbles into one.
Yeah, like if you have a million monkeys typing on typewriters, you can.
Very small chance, but could be.
Yes, but you know what? We're not going to be around for that. It's not going to happen. But it is kind of old Delta. It's like Zelda music. It's because it's MIDI. It's a program called Band in a Box, which you can type in the chords and then a style and tell it the structure of the song, and it'll play the song. It's pretty cool, though. You can also edit your own styles and all that and work in it like any other kind of...
You can choose what instruments you want it to play, so you can have your MIDI bass and your
right,
MIDI
but you can
banjo.
but you can choose like the bass groove that it does besides the style, right?
Yes.
You could say because what was the first bass thing you did, the Seven Nation Army. I typed that in, and there's a style that's kind of close to it, but you could like redesign the style like that bass player plays, and it would actually come out pretty good. So yeah, in Final Fantasy, yeah, it's cool. And so I mean, I partly do it on this stream because if anybody wants to ever actually get some information out of it, if in the background some actual song is playing, even if it's just barely, so like if Santana is playing and it's just 2 notes of a Santana song will bing shut down the replay's sound. So hey Crom, thank you, man. Crom's awesome. Appreciate that. For which info?
The American Troll just
thanks. Yeah, thanks. I'm sorry, thanking Crom. Crom's, I'm sure, thankful. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you gifting. That's awesome. So the MIDI program is Band in a Box. And I don't know which edition I have. They call them... Actually, I can just hover on this line and it'll probably tell me, right? Nope, it just says Band in a Box. But here, I bet you I can capture it.
We have a few subscribers now. You gotta figure out something to do now.
I'm doing alright. Let me see if I can put it on the capture thing. Because it's on the other screen, isn't it? Or is it on here?
Is what?
So I have a screen that's way over there for this same computer. Let me try to put it in my oops. We don't want to do that. Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm getting rid of that. And I'm going over here. So the capture thing, I think I can get the window here, tell it what window to do. I actually know how to do some of this at times. You see Band in a Box anywhere?
No.
No, I don't either. let's do this. Let's cancel that and go to display capture and do this one. Oh, it's nowhere.
Is it minimized?
It is minimized. Let's do this. Hang on.
Now you can just capture the display.
But it's not over there though, I don't think.
If
Let's
you
see.
clicked on it, it should pop it up.
Well, it should, but it wasn't. Hang on. There it is. Okay. But yeah, I want to make that a full screen so you don't see all my icons.
There you go. I moved the mouse over.
Don't be helpful. All right. So,
There you get the mouse back.
leave me alone. Thank you. Because then I can just pop it on in here. Go back to here. This is one of those things that's faster not to have the help. I appreciate though. So, bam.
Bam. Thank you, man.
And that still didn't work. Because, why does the
Because
capture
that's
not
a
work?
game capture.
I understand it's a game capture, buddy. Just... Love you, bud. And appreciate you trying to help. Alright. Here we go. That's it. That's band in a box. So, you see, it's just playing along on the chords that it's been given. Up here somewhere. Here. Let's actually do this. Up at the top. You probably can't see it. There's where you can pick the styles, and so you can change the style that it's in, and you can just change the... So if you want to turn this into heavy metal, which will sound awful with all these weird keys, right? But I can go in here, and I can go look up... Did that show up, buddy?
Yes, it's showing up.
Let's see.
Yeah. I think what we're having to play right now is it just randomly comes up with stuff, right?
Yeah, it's randomly playing. What it's doing is playing what it came with. Here you go. This is what you should use for. It'll switch it to rock here. But it's playing jazz, so we can switch to the jukebox. Hang on. Here, we have Seven Nation Army in here somewhere.
It's okay.
Oops. Did that show up on your screen?
Yes.
This is,
Why did he have this show up on this screen?
Because this is where I can control it, so now I get to run back and forth.
You're in the folder you want to be.
No, there's more. Oops, now it went away.
Oh my. Is it playing audio?
Here, watch. When I do this,
Crom's asking, it's not right now.
Dawson, that's up now?
Now it's up.
Bring it over. Send it over to me. Send me the window.
I need the mouse.
Here's the mouse. Thank you.
It's not playing audio at this very second, Crom.
You're right. Hang on. Let me put it up. Because I'm telling it to open something. Because I'm gonna open a song that. Here you go. Oh, Crom's new metal song.
See, American.
Here's your song. I put your song in, Crom. So that I figured the chords out from you sent me some
It's not playing. Here, turn up the.
Yeah, we'll turn it up. But he could have said he's behind too.
American Toro said nice. I could see us working out to that, and it scrolled off. Sounds pretty solid. How many link computers do you have, Lol?
just Just this is all one computer, but multiple screens, and usually I sit over there, but I can't broadcast from there. So there you go. Yeah. So this is your song, Crom. You gave me that clip, and as Dawson told me, I guess I have perfect pitch or whatever.
Really good pitch.
So I
Not perfect.
figured out what chords they were, and I put them in. So I don't remember if you remember that, but that might have been Turtles on Horses. I don't know. It's I don't remember which one I did it for, to be honest. So, but then I figured you could play with it. You could put in your solo. It'll do it like 3 times, and then it goes to an end. But you can also, what's cool about it, and this is probably freeware somewhere, although they have an update now. This is...
Yeah, Crow says, yeah, it's Turtles on Horses.
You can go in soloist. We can put Paul Schaefer on the keyboard. Let's see. I don't remember where it is. Herbie Hancock's gonna solo for you. Hang on. Here comes Herbie Hancock soloing for you. Although we can't hear him. Hang on.
Okay, get the guitar out of there.
Yeah, hang on. I don't know how.
You go over to where it says guitar and click the little circle.
I know, but it's not letting me do it. Usually, there it is.
It's awful quiet for the...
Yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
I'll shut everybody else up. There's Herbie Hancock. Sing. Oh, this is why.
Put a banjo in there.
You want a banjo?
Unless you can put a kazoo, because that's the joke, right?
Yeah, I can change that. Hang on.
Yeah, it is a neat program.
Here, it'll play one more. So yeah, so that's what it does. But I'm gonna put the jukebox on it. You can change this to. You want a banjo? I don't know how to do banjo. Let's see. Why is it not letting me? Oh, it's up. It's a mandolin. Ukulele. So anyway, there you go. We can geek out on that a long time, but so let's play the jukebox. The jukebox just picks random stuff. This might be something I made a long time ago, actually.
Rock says Johnny Get Angry had a kazoo solo. And American Twirl said, is there a goozang?
That's a quiet one. So that's band in a box. So I'm gonna pull that out of there. I might have a zither on. So what it is old MIDI, right? So now I'm sure there's probably a way to pull it in to let it play the real instrument loop MIDIs, but I don't know it at this point. So I started to use it to just play music with, but then I tend to get sucked into just making electronic music with it. And then Rocksmith came out, and it's like, oh, you could play Rocksmith because you can play the tab that comes across. I don't play the tab for crap, but then I can play with you because I can do my own solo-y stuff, and so that works pretty good. So, but we should stream that.
What do we do?
This weekend's weird because I'm out of town, but I want to start streaming more music as well. We used to stream a lot more music. Rox wants to play some too on the Discord channel, but I mean, I love making music, and I don't do nearly enough of it. It's just that as time goes away, you know.
Okay.
But I'm gonna work on that. But this weekend I'm out of town. I might run some replays.
Have me run replays.
Well, you could run. I can run a replay from anywhere else as long as it's already in my VOD. What I can't do is edit highlights and stuff and put together something. Though you could, but that's not happening. You could stream on this channel if you want.
I could.
And that'd be cool.
Could do that.
I know, but you're probably not gonna, huh?
Probably not.
So I'm not gonna suggest that happens because it's not gonna happen. Although, obviously, I don't have that set up to keep playing. Hang on. Now it sounds awfully quiet with no background. Where's it going? Oh, it's Twitch Mystery Song. Yeah. I have it wrong set up. Let's switch that. Oh, this is a real song. This is top of the world, dude.
See American Twirl? It has been fun.
Yeah. This is... So, thanks again.
Out this weekend also.
Oh, good. So, that means you won't miss anything. But, yeah, do check out the VOD for this show, because the first part was really funny. I mean, it's awesome, and it's good benign stuff if you like to just let it go by too and listen to this chat. So yeah, appreciate you coming by, all that, and everybody else that came by along the way. Crom, Demon, Rock, awesome Els here at the first, who we got to interact with some of the earlier poop jokes. That was awesome. Next week we're still going to be on for a Monster Talk, and I get back probably to regular scheduled business Monday-ish, although I don't see myself streaming Monday, but probably Tuesday another What's Inside. And we, though, need to play some more music, so let's put that on the list too.
Okay.
So, let's see, what time is it? Because Crom's back east, right? So
it's 8.
So that's about time he eats. So, Crom, enjoy eating, right?
Oh, and Crom, this week in GTA, the super yachts are half off.
Half off of super yachts. All right. So, you should stream that on your channel.
Maybe.
Or mine, because I need.
Well, I can't remember.
I can recruit you.
Well, I can't stream when the Roku's on. I can play single player. I can play the games if the Roku's on, but I can't stream.
You're here alone this weekend, dude.
Well, I know, not tonight.
No. So. Needs a yacht. You remember yacht, Crom? We were on the yacht when I was standing there and my foot started twitching. My avatar's foot was twitching. That was a Crom moment. Me and Crom were sitting there, and then my feet started just going. That was back when I'm dressed in what?
Did I ever that?
Dawson usually wins all the.
You
cards.
know that car? I got on like a day or two later, and I won the same car.
You're Mr. Car, but you're always you can still only roll once a day, so.
Yeah.
So.
I just roll more than you do.
You roll every day.
No, I roll every 2 to 3 days.
Okay, but all right. So thanks again for stopping by. If we stream tonight, it'll be some sort of probably me and him playing a Red Dead or GTA or something. But I probably have to pack because your mom. Yeah. But if she's driving tomorrow, then I can game late. But we'll see.
Yep.
So until next time.
I don't hack. I'm just
But lucky. You know a hacker.
I did. I did know one.
Well, you don't know them. They just friended you at some point.
Yes.
Thanks again, Demon 2, for the caveman and the rock for the chipmunk. It's, of course, made it so I'm sure nobody that came by at that point had any idea what was going on.
Right around then, we were up by 6 right after that.
Well, that was all of them, too. Oh, but we got to do this. I forgot. I've got to do a... What's that called?
A raid?
A raid.
Well, that's cute for me to get on out of here. What?
Yeah, maybe. You usually leave when I do that, don't you? Let's see. Raid.
I gotta run Cayo Perico again if I want a super yacht.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it right now. But you don't want me to leave my stuff here, do you?
I know I don't, but you're leaving. Get out.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for the raid. Let's see. Let's look up Tailspire. Tailspire. See if anyone's playing a Tailspire game. Yes. DM Leeds is still doing that. Let's do this. So thanks again. Until next time, don't forget to wash your hands and don't touch your face. And now that I did that, it's probably got to wait the second to raid still. There we go. 5 seconds. Appreciate you guys.